Hey guys, it's Dr. Cameron Dennis here, physical therapist with Back on Track Therapy and Wellness. And today I wanted to talk just a little bit about self-imposed limitations. I think we all experience this to some degree throughout our lives. At least I have. But it's something that I see a lot when I'm treating patients. I see that I see a lot of potential for recovery with a lot of people if they were to put in the effort. I think a lot of people are afraid of putting in the effort. If they do put in the effort, maybe maybe their thought process is if they put in the effort and it doesn't work, then what are they stuck with then? In some of these situations where it's either, you're not going to be walking again, or you do rehab and it works, in some of the more complex cases. But it got me to thinking, what areas of my life, or what areas of our lives are we self-limiting? What things are we afraid to do because we're afraid that if we fail, we will have trouble accepting that, we'll have trouble living with that, or maybe it's I love to use exercise as an example because I think it's the best medicine. But so what if someone is, what if you're overweight, or what if you're underweight and you're afraid to exercise? You need to be doing that, but you just can't bring yourself to do it. And why is that? That the percentage of people that end up dying of heart disease and the health risks, you don't feel good and that you hate having trouble getting up off the couch. So what is it that keeps you from fixing it? I think whatever it is, I think it's important that you figure out what's holding you back. And like I said, it isn't always just exercise. I mean, I've dealt with things in my life. For example, it took me almost 3 years, maybe two years, to start up a physical therapy business, even though I knew that that's what I wanted to do since before I even became a PT. So what was it that was holding me back? Probably fear of failure. Fear that if I were to try and fail, then my dream and my delusion, supposed delusion, would be over. Would I be able to handle something like that? But I guess I came to the point where I wasn't able to handle not doing it. It came to a point where I can't continue being a physical therapist without having some sort of end goal in mind here. It's difficult treating patients under the rules of the insurance companies. So I guess that's my situation. So I had to do something to change it, and it took me a while. It's like selling yourself. It's like you have to be a salesman to yourself, repeatedly, and it isn't just once. You have to. There's half of my brain wanted me to do it, and the other half kept telling me all the reasons why I shouldn't do it. But then, after that 50th time of my one half trying to convince me that I needed to do it, I finally bought in, right? And now that I'm in. The same is for you, whatever it might be, whether it's starting a business like what I'm talking about, or if it's getting involved in exercise, if it's whether it's buying a house or getting married or whatever the situation might be. We all have our crosses to bear. So, but I just felt like I needed to speak up and say something about this today, because I had that patient today who I feel has a lot of potential but really doesn't want to work for it, and I could not understand why until I started thinking about her motivations. You know, why wouldn't she want to put in a lot of effort in this situation? So I guess what you need to do, what I need to do in these situations, is to determine what the cause of our holdup is. What's keeping us from reaching our dreams and even trying for our dreams in a lot of cases. And we have to get through that, because life's too short to just glide through and go through the motions. So that's just a little bit of rambling from me. So hopefully you found it helpful. If you didn't, thank you for listening anyway. And once again, this has been Dr. Cameron Dennis, the physical therapist for Back on Track Therapy and Wellness. And thank you for listening.